So, retail, am I right? At the beginning of this year, I started to work in a stationery shop. Unfortunately, I quickly realized this job sucks. Aside from customers wishing that I'd rot in hell because we didn't sell the same ballpoint pen refills as 3 years ago, I also ended up working way more than what I initially applied for, and the communication between management and the employees was close to non-existent. There were a lot of annoying people I had encountered during my time there, but some customers sure stuck out more than others. Let's start with the first less than pleasant experience I had on my very first day. Close to the end of our shift, my colleague and I were chatting behind the cash register when this older man approached us, asking us in a very condescending tone, "Is anyone working here?" So my colleague answered, "Yes," and this guy then said, "Well, I have been in the store for the past 15 minutes and so far no one has come to me yet to help me with my problem." My colleague then told him that she would be happy to help, and they went to the back of the store. Had I already mentioned that it was the end of our shift? This is important because 10 minutes passed, then 20, then 30, and they just didn't come back. After about 50 minutes, my colleague, who was visibly annoyed, and the guy finally returned, still mid-conversation, and you want to know what I had to hear come out of this asshole's mouth? "And do you want to know how I know when women liked the compliment I gave them?" My colleague answered with a "No, what?" through her gritted teeth. And then he said, "Their boobs go up." Dude, what? My coworker later ranted about how he kept telling her about his escapades with women, and he even said that he likes to stare at women's tits, but he always does it in a way they won't notice, as if that makes it better. But she had to pull her cardigan over her body because it was so obvious. And then, when I finally thought he was going to leave, he unfortunately spotted little old me standing next to the cash register. So he tried to talk to me too, for the next 20 minutes. And he was like, "Oh, you seem so shy, I'm sure you are going to get more confident with time." I'm not shy, I'm uncomfortable. Leave me alone. We went over our shift by more than 1 hour. Dude, fuck you. And this was only one of the many shitty customers I had to deal with. Some months later, this one lady came in asking me if I could show her a greeting card she could give to her son. This store sells all types of cards, like for weddings or birthdays or funerals. I showed her the various standees showcasing the cards, and when she started to look at the ones with the flower prints on them, I got approached by another customer asking me to help them find something. And after that, I got asked by yet another one to please help make some copies of a few documents. And when I was done, I went back to the cash register. At some point, this woman came back with a card in her hand, and she snapped at me because I didn't help her. I didn't help her decide for a card. I explained to her that I need to help other customers too. And also, what do you want me to help you with? Look at the pictures on the cards? Oh, see, this one has roses on it. And here's one with sunflowers. Oh, and would you look at this? This one has a dog on it. I showed you the cards. I'm sure you can decide on one on your own. She then told me that I'm super unpolite and that it seems like I don't want to do this job. And, yeah, you are right about that one. I know it's frustrating when you have to wait for an employee to take care of your problem, even if that problem is you not being able to decide on a postcard. But I worked alone at the store, without any help. I couldn't exactly rip myself apart. Another man who somehow didn't understand how shit works in retail was this one guy who was waiting at the cash register for me. I was busy making some copies for another customer, and it took a while because they needed a lot of stuff printed out. At some point, the guy at the cash register yells at me, "I'm putting the money here, alright?" As in, he wanted to take the magnets he was about to buy with him. Just like that. I'm sure it's obvious that I can't allow this. I need to scan a product's barcode so it can be registered. In the cash register. When I told him that he couldn't just do that and that I still have to scan it, he got mad and slammed the magnets down and said in a very angry voice, "Goodbye! Why are you so mad? It's so obvious that you can't just take a product like this." Sometimes I really had the feeling some customers took out their brain and left it in front of the store before entering. One guy bought something, and when I asked if he wanted to take the receipt with him, he told me he doesn't need it, so I threw it away. 5 minutes later, this guy came back wanting to return what he just bought, and I told him that without a receipt, I can't take it back. So he said, "You just threw it away. I was here 5 minutes ago. Just take it out of the trash." Mister, do you hear yourself? Also, do you know the pain of having to hear the same joke 50 times a day and having to pretend that it's funny every single time, despite it never being funny in the first place? See, the shop in which I worked had a really heavy door, and especially small kids and the older folks struggled to open it a lot. I didn't mind helping and all, but the amount of times I had to hear something along the lines of, "Oh, what a heavy door, you really need to eat well in the morning to be able to open it, ha ha. And I could really need some strong booze right now to be able to deal with this line for the 20th time in a row. Oh, this is such a heavy door, it's impossible to open it. You just did. Oh, this door is so heavy, you have to be Superman to be able to open it. I'm sorry, Clark Kent, but we are closed today. Oh, what a heavy door, you need 4 people to open it. I don't know, my noodle arms can open it just fine. Oh, your door! Heavy, I know, just like the burden I have to carry by working here." Hi guys, my name is Kata. This was the first time that I tried to do a voiceover for one of my videos. I'm still figuring out how my editing software works, so I got a lot to learn, but this was so much fun to do and I would love to make more videos in the future. Thank you so much at Ivory and KitchClown for proofreading my script. As you can probably hear, English isn't my first language and I really appreciated the help. I hope you enjoyed my little rant about the hell that is retail, as well as the illustration I worked on here. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Thanks so much for watching and bye bye!